What up, collective, and welcome to your Libra season important messages pick a reading. This is for now until the end of Libra season, and also happy birthday, Libras. So this is group 1, group 2, group 3. If you are new to my channel, my name is Paris, aka Elvira, aka Bright Bat, and you can check out my podcast where we just do different channelings. I talk about my spiritual journey. There's more horoscopes there. And then if you go on my Patreon, there's also more exclusive content there. And I'm just going to give you guys a moment to feel your vibe. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. If you're new here, we get straight to the point, okay? And that's probably why you found me, because you love readings like that. So, yeah. All right. What up, group 1, and welcome to your Libra season important messages reading. Also, if you want to check out the blessings portion, that is going to be on Patreon. So you can see what blessings you'll be coming into by the end of Libra season. But let's see what's coming up as far as important messages for Group 1 listening. I'm here, ooh, this bitch shaking the table, okay? Because I didn't even mean to do that, but... ooh, so I feel like some of you're kind of rubbing people the wrong way, but not in a bad way. And it's like people who underestimated you a little bit are now realizing that, wow, Group 1... has completely flourished into like a very beautiful individual. This could even just be like on a spiritual level, like the universe witnessing how you're handling cycles and changes within your life. So it does seem like Libra season is full of blessings for you. So but you know, I think with each pile, I'm going to tell you like where you're at, because Libra is when a lot of karma is dealt out, Libra season. And I do feel like, and that's also when we get like lots of results on like spiritual tests and things like that. Like how have we done good from now for the last year, you know, from now to the year before. And, you guys, this pile is interesting because you could be new to spirituality a little bit. And that's why you have been pushed in this direction. So some of you, you're completely brand spanking new to this channel. And you maybe are somebody who is used a lot by people also. Like, you kind of deal with a lot of jealousy is what I'm picking up. And it's because you're very attractive. You're very attractive. And I feel like there's a lot of air signs in this pile. You're going to be realizing why it's so important for you to be around exclusive people throughout this season. Because you cannot just sit with anybody. You cannot just dine with anybody without people trying to like make it seem like you think you're better. Or it's weird. It's like you walk around with this confidence and it's like you love yourself and you love people, but in the past you've dealt with people who are just very insecure, unruly, and then you started to become that way. And I feel some of you are still in this energy where Spirit is saying get rid of those friends. They are not your friends, they are your enemies. Anybody who can sit and watch you destroy yourself with any addiction or any impulsive behavior, impulsive spending, gossiping about you. It's like all of these things need to come up for evaluation for this pile. Because you're sick of sitting in the same place. Like some of you, I don't know why I'm hearing Quentin Tarantino. So somebody has recently watched the Quentin Tarantino film, and that's specifically your message. Like, you admire the way that somebody is very intuitive. Or some of you, the reason that maybe you target certain people, because I feel like there's a vibe of like targeting people, like, so this is a power where you have like a shadow aspect about you a little bit, where it's like your energy can come off very intimidating to other people. Because all of a sudden I just started feeling like nervous and like I don't know what to say. Somebody could be coming towards you frantically also about a situation by the end of Libra by the end of Libra situation. This person could be going through a lot for some of you. I'm hearing they got 3 kids. They stress me out. Like someone is on the phone gossiping with somebody about either your situation or their situation. But there's just a lot of chatter. I felt like a lot of negative energy, but it wasn't necessarily surrounding you in particular. It's just like so many people around you are in drama right now, and you kind of want to lay low. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, you know, even spirit has me moving up out of here because it's like karma is hitting, and they already told me karma would be hitting this area in particular, and what's going on with my landlord. That's personal to him, what he has to go through, but I'm not in that same karmic frequency. So I have to actually uproot myself. And some of you, you could be pushed to like uproot yourself because people could start trying to like make it seem like you're the one doing shit, you know, especially if you're especially if you're psychic and you warn people about, you know, the rapture. Because, you know, with the rapture, it's been happening spiritually for years now. Okay, like since 2018 is what I'm hearing. And a lot of people are dropping because they have been illuminated to what they're supposed to be doing, but they are not listening. Okay, and some of you, you found yourself in that position where you were fighting against what Christ was telling you, but because you're moving out of that energy, people want to now say, either people want to now say that you were always there and they're going to try to like be there for you, or you're going to get some sort of return in your investments for helping other people. Like, whether that's like you're a reader online and you predict something and it's like nobody predicted it except for you or something. Or even in your circle, it's like you're going to be like, I felt that, I knew that. Like Libra season is all about like these divine sparks. Like, oh my gosh, like I was just thinking that. Or, oh my gosh, like, wow, I'm so tapped in. That's how you guys are going to be feeling. Like, I'm so tapped in. I know exactly what's going on. I've been enlightened. Because some of you, it's like, I do feel there's like a weird thing going on where maybe your family is fighting about some things involving you. Maybe you don't even know, but there's a lot with like beneficiary stuff coming up within the collective in general. And I feel it's because for those of us who are like born into families where the generation before us was greedy and like we never got like the assets of our grandparents and stuff, or great grandparents and stuff. Some of you have assets that you've never gotten. Okay. And it's like, that's a big thing for the light worker community, is like getting something back, like, especially for this pal, like a return in your investment. But after overcoming a lot of shady people, a lot of shady energy, like some of you, I kept feeling like spiritual warfare, like my skin was getting prickly. You know how like when you're really getting hit with like frequencies and evil eye and negative dark energy, it's like something is always trying to like attack you. Some of you are still in this energy, but you don't realize it because the people around you are cheering you on. Remember I said, some of you get rid of your friends. Somebody wears a polka dot. I don't know why I'm hearing polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today. That's specific for somebody, but yeah, I'm seeing like different nostalgic things. Like we're tapping back into this frequency of the early 2000s also, like, is what I'm seeing. And some of you, like, you're like a pioneer for like a new style or a new way of doing things, but it's like a air of nostalgia to it. Especially if you're a content creator or outfits, like you're a stylist or you're trying to like become more artistic. Some of you, like I'm hearing that itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today. I'm seeing somebody do a cover of that. Okay, so I don't know. That's really gonna hit somebody. That's gonna hit somebody, but yeah. You're whoever that is, you're gonna be a star, is what I'm hearing. Wow, so this is a pile where you're coming into like complete stardom. Whether that's like in your own community or outside, but it's just like really good energy. This is really good. Once you get through all the bullshit, like that's what you're going to realize. Like, damn, I had to go through all that. I had to see X, Y, and Z to get, to the finish line. I think what it is that you guys have a negative perspective. It's like you're still kind of like reeling about how devastating something was at the same time. Like maybe some of you had to like, or where you're at now, maybe somebody is homeless, like they're sleeping in their car, or they don't know where they're about to go next or where their next meal is coming from. I'm hearing somebody needs to go back home, okay? Because sometimes it's about healing something at home before you can have your divine inheritance. Especially with this collective, anybody who's listening to me, you would be walking the same journey as me, even if it's like different ways of the story being told. It's like same themes. And I remember I had to go back home and heal something with my mom. Spirit will always tell me that you have to heal the relationship with your mother before you make money or before you become famous. And that's because when we carry like any splotches and we're about to be elevated to like a certain status in life, it can kind of make us a target for kind of like bringing back in that same energy over and over again. And some of you have this fear of like standing up to like bullies a little bit. It's like, well, others of you, you're like, hell no, I do stand up to bullies. And maybe but the bully, you feel like is your family. But yet you have nowhere to go. Okay. So it's like, and I'm hearing life will humble you like that sometimes, where you turn your back. Some of you, like I said, there's a shadow aspect where you turned your back on something that was stable at one point and you chose to rebel against it. And that's why you're in a situation that you're in now, and you cannot be mad at anybody else. Because some of you, it's like throwing energy, jealousy towards people. Okay. And I'm going to keep it real, because if you listen back to my downloads and notes and me talking about my journey, I'm always going to be 100 about how I fuck up. And if you can't do that here, I do not coddle anybody, okay? I feel like the truth is the best medicine you can give yourself, that you can give others as much as possible. And there are certain things that some of you need to be honest with yourself about. Like, look at the people you hang out with. Look at your expectations. Look at what you put in your body. Look at what you're smoking. Look at what you're drinking. Look at what you're ingesting. And then you're mad at the world because you're not evolving. And some of you really got to come out of this energy. Affirm, I am coming out of this victimhood energy. I am out of this victim energy. Okay. That's all. And I feel like once you start to feel more empowered and collected, because this is a group where it's like it's so many projections that have been thrown onto you, but it doesn't feel bad. It just feels like for a while you were playing this part of being a karmic person, but you're not karmic. You're actually somebody who's very divine, and you're trying to find your way, or you've been finding your way. And some of you are receiving results for like getting to a certain point spiritually. You know, there are some of us who are graduating where we spent the last year having nothing just as a test to see how we would handle everything. And this is the true time where Spirit is going to be giving you things. And then others of you, it's like, you're either, it's not yet because you have something to learn, or you got to watch for people, maybe communicating things with people as they're going through karma, or just, there's a vibe of like overall staying out of people's way. Okay. Like, especially if you know you got business to handle this season. Okay, so that's mainly what I'm getting on group one, and I'll see you guys at the next one. If you're interested in the blessings portion, just subscribe on Patreon. What up, group two, and welcome to your Libra season important messages reading. If you would like to hear the blessings portion, that's going to be on Patreon, which also has a lot of other content. So let's see what everyone listening needs to know about group two. Okay, so for this group, it seems like since April, you've been doing well, but you've been distracted by an outside influence. And this outside influence, maybe it is a fixation or addiction to, for some of you, it's partying. For some of you, it's like, yeah, I'm hearing partying. Just specifically partying, okay? I know I'm reaching a whole new different collective of people, especially on YouTube. So if you're a Patreon listener, I feel like it's still the same message. Yeah, like it's like something where for the last year you haven't been able to like really understand if you've made progress. Cause it's like you were dealing with a cycle. It's like something you could not ever make up your mind. And I feel like this Libra season, you're finally going to make up your mind. Yeah. And stop talking to somebody or stop dealing with something. You're like, which is usually how Libra season and Virgo season, those that get you together real quick seasons. And you're about to try and do something like that. Like, I need to get my life together. And so far you have a good plan. I just feel like it's about sticking to what you already know that you should do and what already makes you feel emotionally content, especially if it has to do with like no longer talking to somebody anymore and just leaving somebody where they are. Some of you were recently guided to do that, like stop talking to somebody or turn your back on an old situation, old friendship, just maybe even a job. That could be happening. Because it's like a lot of people have been trying to misunderstand you. It's like a lot of foggy mist. Like some of you, maybe you need to sage your space, but I'm also hearing pine cone. I know I use pine cones to like uplift the vibes of my space and also clear it and bring clarity. And there's something where you may need to constantly cleanse or clear your space, especially if you work in like the food service industry or you work around a lot of people. Yeah. I don't feel like anybody's focus so far has been necessarily on love too much. Some of you, it's like you are, but it's more discreet now. Like the certain things that you worry about. But it's not that it's not wrong. Okay, so but there is a vibe of somebody needing to learn more about a specific way of living. I'm hearing it just like that. It's like the way you live is due for a tidying up or a bit more structure, and that's what you're focused on. You're not even focused on getting apologies from people anymore. A lot of what I've been seeing in this collective too is we're recognizing the root of why everything happens, which always comes back to us as source creator beings, and it's like a trippy thing. So you always kind of have to like catch yourself, like especially moving forward now, there's like this energy of like affirming you always see people exactly for what they are, and you always project out what's best for your reality. And that's going to clear up a lot, because I don't think that some of you realize just how much work you've been doing. I know, like, I was in this phase for a while where, because I was kind of relapsing like every other week with drinking, I wasn't counting the fact that I had already had like, like I checked recently, I had like 100 days sober. But it was spread out, and I have to remind myself, like, yeah, I had like these other relapses, but I've still been doing what I'm supposed to do. And it's like you need to affirm that spirit helps you to recognize just how much you've done the work, because it's like you don't feel, you're putting out this energy of like, I'm not ready because spirit hasn't like showed me yet, you know, like I haven't gotten the results yet. Like some of you, you're on a twin flame journey. So, you know, when you're on a twin flame journey as the divine feminine, we also transmute the masculine's energy in the past through ourselves, and then we give it back to them to like also be able to understand it. And you're kind of in a process of doing something like that, where you're transmuting something for either a twin or a counterpart to understand. Some of you who are in relationships, it's like your person relies on you a lot spiritually, and I don't know if you guys realize that. Maybe some of you do. And it's like a whole routine that you're going to have to fall into in order to maintain this power that you're starting to form. It's like a power. It's like yeah, like how they say a diamond, okay? Like a diamond, like you're under the pressure right now. Like something is like squeezing. And it's so crazy because it actually feels like that. You know, anybody who has like came out of like the cocoon phase of the dark night of the soul, where you have to be like, you're empowered enough to be like, I genuinely don't believe in these old ways of thinking anymore. And boom, I'm shedding, and wow, I am a whole new person. And it's kind of like you kind of feel like a baby for a little bit. Like you don't know what to think or what to do with your consciousness. And some of you, you're manifesting like maybe through affirmations or candle work or spell works. Maybe someone is doing spell work on somebody and they need to stop. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing that. You need to stop, okay? But yeah, that's kind of the main message that I'm getting for group 2. I heard to stop there, so it seems like you guys know, all right? So I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace out. What up, group 3, and welcome to your important messages reading for Libra season. Happy birthday if you are a Libra. And if you would like to check out the blessings portion on Patreon, the link will be below. And there's also other exclusive content there. But let's see what's going on for group 3. Did I say group 1? Group 3? Sorry, the energy. Wow. Foggy where I'm at right now. Very foggy, but okay, let me just clear this. What did I say about this fog? It doesn't feel like you guys are in the fog though. I just think like where I'm at, it's not sunny. It's like a gloomy feeling. So I'm not sure if that's putting a tone over the reading, but I don't really think so. I think it's like a lot happening in the collective. And some of you, you could be feeling really good. However, you're somebody who like is needed right now. So I know Spirit was telling me like I am a source of comfort and peace for people right now. Like that is what I'm supposed to do because I have the capacity to give that energy. Mindfully, of course, not to no fucking vampires, okay? And some of you, you're in that where you're trying to discern, like, or you're going to be pushed into needing to know, like, okay, maybe this person does need my advice, or like you may need to step in. Even if this is, as I was saying with group 2, where this is like the twin flame collective. So your twin has been going through something, and it's like you also need to like pray that they heal at the same rate as you so that you can feel more synchronized. Some of you could use like a spiritual bath right now and affirming that whoever you're connected to is also taking care of themselves spiritually. And just in general, that is the type of connections that you want to call in right now. And I'm hearing powerful, powerful. So powerful manifestors is what this group is. And this is a great time to manifest hacking yourself into a better way of thinking. Yeah. Because this group to me feels like a very refined masculine, feminine energy. Like you take care of yourself, you take care of your dogs. I'm hearing you work out, you have the vitality is what I'm trying to say. But if you feel at any moment that something is draining your vitality, like one moment is there and the next moment is not, you could be shifting into a new environment. And, you know, I was saying to group 1 that Libra season is truly about justice and fairness and karma and balance. So that's usually when we figure out, are we going to get the harvest or are we going to have to like, you know, go through another cycle? And the full and new moon phases can be like that too. Where you guys are is you're not going to have to go through another cycle. It'll be by choice if you go back, is what I'm hearing. And it doesn't mean that you won't be tempted to, or that there won't be a little test here and there, because I do feel there are some spiritual tests coming up for this group. Like how you're going to handle delays. Like there could be a delay. You may have to wait longer for something, especially if you are in the process of moving or in the process of doing something that you're really excited to do. I'm also hearing to be careful of telling people things, okay? I've been getting that for Libra season a lot, especially for group 1. I think that came up. Yeah, you need to be like this with certain bitches, okay? You need to be like this. And you know who they are too. That's the crazy thing. It's like you're gonna know, like, you're gonna feel this tingle, like, I know that I should not talk to this person because what they're going to do, they're going to drain me. They're going to fucking drain me. They're going to leave me with all that bullshit that they always do. I was about to say, yep, this is the 9 of Swords. They're going to fucking do it again. And you just got out of it. You're even going to have to like watch yourself. Like, here I go. I'm about to do it again. I'm about to do this bullshit. I'm about to do this bullshit. I've been catching myself too, like, because my North Node is in Libra, so I'm really actually, as I actually listen to the guidance and obey what I'm supposed to do, I am able to understand why it's good to have that balance and grow into it. And it's like, it's something that you're growing into, like a new form of disciplining self, like, nope, not going to do that. And it's like making you like a more powerful or refined divine feminine masculine energy. It's like you are who you say you are, straight up. Like, where's the lie? I cannot find it. And that's also what's going on right now. It's like a lot of people are being exposed right now, and you know, we've all, like, I don't think anybody in this group was necessarily worried about being exposed because, you know, you ain't been doing nothing. So but if you have been out here, maybe yapping your mouth, I don't know why I'm hearing that, yapping your mouth on Instagram, or you can change now, okay? So somebody, maybe somebody here, like, calls out people online through fake accounts. Or you're going to have to watch for like stalking people through fake accounts. Because it's like you feel disempowered every time you look at something. So you're going to have to listen to that. Like, let's say you're separated from someone and you have them blocked, or it's like every time you check their page, you know, it like chips away at your self-esteem. It's like you need to kind of like figure out why that is, and why are you afraid of like, why do you feel intimidated by, you know, that? Okay. So some of you, you're going to be addressing that and trying to like figure out, why do you feel intimidated by your person or by somebody from your past? You know, sometimes it's just that you want to be like that, be how they are. But then other times it's like you're intimidated because you're thinking, oh, other people are going to want them and they're not going to want me. And some of you really got to heal that wound, because it's causing a disarray. Like, this is somebody where they say they don't want social media, but always are on social media. Or you, maybe you look at the web browser version of social media. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Like, if you're going to be about it, be about it. You know, that's the only little lie I feel here for someone here. There are a few. I'm starting to see a few cracks. So maybe that's what it is. It's like, some of you could be being called out for a few cracks in the foundation. Yeah. Like even me with the whole rent thing and how I had like that, just like those 2 weeks of overspending and knowing that I had to pay rent, but like trying to be in this energy of like, I'm going to manifest it back. Like, yeah, I did, but that's not the point. Like, I'm missing the point of being responsible and treating my money the way that it should be treated, like with care and kind of, yeah, like needing to apply some realism to it. And there's something where you guys, you're so afraid of spirit revealing this crack in the foundation. Like, I knew it was coming. I knew that it was going to lead to like a conversation about why, you know, I had gotten behind. And I had to just admit, like, yeah, after talking to my dad, I did kind of spiral. I did kind of allow myself to go back into this old pattern. And I can't even fully blame it on him, because I had coping mechanisms. I had coping mechanisms to get through. And yes, it was a lesson, but now I can do it differently. So some of you, you could be doing something differently, like with what you learned before. So Libra season could kind of feel like a little bit of a do-over. Like, if you know, if you're really tapped in, you know that these lessons come in like cycles, and you just get better and you just refine. Okay. I feel like it's not good to get stuck in the, oh my gosh, I fucked the test up. 'Cause you can feel it when you fuck it up. Like, damn, I'm going to have to do this again, another 3 weeks, you know? And like, there was a whole another 3 weeks. I had to build it all up again. And it's like, you guys are going to start learning how spirit like teaches you things, and you're going to just start wanting to just get it right the first time, which is usually what happens as you get older. That's why people say, oh, like when you're in your 40s, it's like people in their 40s, they seem so like they got it right. And it's like, yeah, it takes a while to refine and define. And even if you're not in that age and, you know, you're still working through, or even if you are and you're still working through certain things, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't have some grace towards yourself too, because it's still a process. Like, everybody's process is different, you know. And some of you, it's like mixed. It's like, you know what you need, though. You know what you need. That's like the root of this reading and the root of Libra season. You know whether you need a strong medicine, a low dose of whatever discipline, you know if it's like, okay, yeah, what are the mistakes I made the last year? Write it out. Okay. And then make another list of how you're going to better those behaviors and better those traits. That's how you're going to actually open up a portal for more of something to come in. Because it's like there just needs to be a little bit more planning. Especially if somebody here wants to like work for themselves or take on their life purpose. there's more to heal too. If somebody is like wanting to get to their life purpose quickly. Yeah, you see how she's sitting down in the field? It's like Libra season is not that time yet for some of you, but very close. Like October, I feel there will be a lot of developments that truly, I don't even think you could understand like the gateway that some of you are walking through right now, like the gateway to your heaven. Okay. And you can feel it. You can feel it. This is a group where you're not going to go through another cycle unless you fuck your own self up. Because you know what medicine you need. You know what your inner child needs. It's like what helps me is like when my inner child or inner teen is like, oh, like we want to do this, but this seems more fun. It's like, but my ego has now became mom, like my positive ego in that moment. I'm just like, no, like we got to take care of some shit. Do you guys want to win or not? Do you want to win or not? We got to make sacrifices, small sacrifices for big wins. Okay. And it's like, that's what you guys like need to like affirm. I enjoy making the small sacrifices I need to for the big wins. Cause it's like, maybe you're making this sacrifice of not talking to someone right now or not dealing with something. And it's like, it's scary to you because you're like, I'm going to lose everything. But it's like, yeah, you're losing all that bullshit of how you used to deal with things. And you're now refining into a new individual, new standards, who this like, and then as you sit in that energy, you're going to start getting your manifestations. Okay. So if you want to check out the blessings portion, again, that'll be on Patreon. I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace out.